let's look at ways to study. How can you study as a student? How can you study as a pupil? And how can you study as somebody who is preparing for exam, or as somebody who wants to understand whatever you are studying? So the first thing that you have to consider, study in short, frequent sessions. Don't study for a very long time, but make sure that whatever you are studying, you study it in short, but make sure that it is frequent. If I say something is frequent, you study it today, you may also study it tomorrow, and you may also study it the other day. So make sure that you study in short, frequent session, but don't study for a very long time. If you are reading a subject, don't read it for more than 5 hours, or don't read it for more than 2 hours. Make sure that you study it for as short time as possible, because the concentration span of a human being is short. It is not long. So study in short, frequent session. The next thing that you have to do is have a rest. In between the study sessions, make sure that you have a rest or you have a break. Don't study for a very long time, but in between, make sure that you have a break. The next thing, you honor your emotional state. When you are angry or when you are happy, when you are studying, when you are angry or when you are happy, you won't understand anything, or when you are excited. So make sure that when you are studying, you are emotionally stable. So make sure that when you want to study, make sure you check on your emotional state. Make sure you have stable mood, or you have stable emotion. The next thing, that you review whatever that is taught or whatever you have read the same day. Make sure that when the day ends, you review whatever that you have learned during that day, and you will find out that you are comprehending or you are understanding. And then the next thing you have to do is you observe what we call natural learning sequence. Start from the simple as you progress to the complex. Make sure you start from the simple concept as you progress to the complex concept. So, for example, you are studying about, let me use chemistry, that you want to study about the atoms, and you have not studied about the basic structure of an atom. You won't understand other parts of or other structures of atom before you start with the basic structure of an atom. The next thing, prepare your study environment. Make sure that when you want to study, make sure that the environment is not noisy, and then the environment is friendly. So don't study in a noisy environment or where there is so much distraction. So make sure you are in an environmental friendly environment when you are studying. The next thing that you have to do is you have to create a routine. Have a routine, have a timetable, that in the morning I will be reading this subject. In the afternoon I will be doing this unit. And you will find out that through that you will be understanding whatever you have studied. So make sure you have a timetable, you have a detailed timetable of what you want to do throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month. And then you will find out that you will be studying, your study will be smooth. The next thing you have to do is set reasonable goals. Don't have higher goals. Don't have higher goals that you can't achieve. Make sure that when you are setting your goals, make sure that you set a goals that you can achieve. So for example, you as a student, you are scoring 30 marks in English, or you are scoring 32 marks in science. Don't set that by the end of that term you want to score 78%. It is impossible, and it will frustrate you. So make sure that when you are scoring something like 32, you set a target of 40% or 50%. It is reasonable. You can achieve that. So make sure you set reasonable goals. The next thing, avoid what we call frustration enemy. Don't blame yourself if you find yourself that you have not understood anything. So avoid that frustration enemy. And then the next thing, you have to respect what we call brain fade. Brain fade is that you study something in the morning, but when you come back in the evening, you have forgotten. So make sure that brain fade is something that is normal. So if you find yourself you have forgotten a concept, make sure you review it, or you go back to your textbook, or you go back to exercise book, and then you study it again. So those are way methods that you can use to study. Thank you.